some two ladies be, and is it sometimes I know they be a mechanic, me a very nice person, and sometimes I said I don't pretend. I try to stay away from things, but sometimes people take my niceness. I'm a nice boy. And I'm out for my niceness. I just said, yeah, I'm a soft person. Be any nyama. But I just want to say this to me angasa me nua your friend and Yaa Brefo. Or any other person I know almost coming one seven. I'm a nice person, and when I keep telling you, say, don't insinuate about me, don't talk about me, stay away from me. I mean it. I might be smiling. I might be seeing what you are doing as a joke or funny stuff. But you see, maybe I don't pay attention to a lot of things. But when I decide to pay attention to you, you might either commit suicide or you might not be happy again for the rest of your life. And this is a very wonderful day. My person is sending a friendly advice to Yaa Brefo. When I'm who so we nipa kakra. This whole thing of yankasantie nipa, yankasantwi nipa, yenye sei, nieme relevant, na man from better yankano. 5-10 years ago, it does not work again. You get it? It's immediate. Kotojegu form. Let me keep it there. But the better my car, no. Yaa Brefo, stay away from my lane. No. Don't try to insinuate. Don't try to so kutia. Me who say we nipa ain't me address no. Do ya boy be amen can answer because I have bigger plans for Mwa because as I see we so I don't want to talk anything. But you na Yaa Brefo, we be nuaba. Inti. So what check him in some we be nuaba. And I'm a very nice person. But when I get crazy, I get very crazy. You see, for some time now, I've decided to say I'll educate Ghanaians. I'll break down things to Ghanaians. I'll use the truth. My job, as Kevin Taylor said, protect this government with the truth. In this steady for some time, I don't react to things. Because the Ghana for penal, they me power much on them a yeme, and in Yankopon, and then I'm a bon buying. I don't have time for unnecessary rants. I don't do that. I'm matured. Ejuma with my for years, the psychological part of it, the emotional part of it, I know everything. So me pewasema and I'm being kind of caution. When I like you, I caution you first. Because nobody on this social media in Ghana space or US space or a crazy chairman. I can use this thing to make you commit suicide. This thing called social media. So make us admit to my audio committee suicide. Make to me more. Make to me jinas my audio committee suicide. Inti, I am one person. I'm very nice. Futu. Insinuating and trying to bomb your kutia and say things about me. The day I will switch. The day I will switch. I only respond to people who I see as humans. Me responding to more. In this way, study me, I don't respond to animals. No, I only respond to humans because at least I know so we any pankwa de ubeti de Americano. So when to me and I'm switching mood in the yana abua mood. And it's na Yaa Brefo me nuaba. I'm addressing you respectfully. So we me nuaba. So watch the things you say. Watch the insinuating or the insinuations. I am smarter than you. I'm just being nice. Thank you very much. The next time I will come, it will be suicidal. Ubia with the right to talk to their audience. They say, "We ni panting, I'm single out. I'm addressing you because I see you as human." The other people I've not addressed, I don't see them as humans. And nuntina may address I've picked you out to address you. If you force me not to see you as human, you know I can do that. And then Friday. Now, and then Friday, so there. I'll say a teacher say, Yebeku Jandam. Now, Yebeku Jandami also Obiaye ready. Now, Let me tell you people something. So obi per se or the party biba power. Right now we are seeing a lot of people popping up on social media in the name say omo different from what we call bloggers, what we call vloggers. They are trying to position themselves in a certain way. Say omo it's fine. It's okay. They could not keep MPP in power. So with me, I don't care about how you feel or how you want people to see you or how you portray yourself, because we sitting here, we know Obia the level of intelligence. I know Obia also a friend who me a blogger, me a Jumama radio, be na miti Facebook, minimum Obia level of intelligence. And I don't worry myself when you voluntarily or out of whatever you believe in, whether tribe, whether political affiliation, whether whatever you believe, say you want to work and bring the NPP to power, it is fine with me. Me, my Ghana for my job is to protect the NDC to remain in power for the next 42 years. And I just didn't do it. I did it with facts, evidence, and I'm still doing that with facts and evidence. And see, if you want to bring the NPP back to power, stick to the basics. Because when you try to go off basics, when it comes to diplomacy, I am very good. When it comes to doing this job clean, I am better than majority of you. And when it comes to doing this job in a dirty way, I am better than all of you. That is what makes me very versatile. Because if you want to be professional, none of you can be professional than me. And if you want to go the other way, that is intimidating, that is frustrating, that is going to make you at the end of the feel like committing suicide, making your life miserable. I am the standard. And see, people should not take my diplomacy side now as weakness. No, because I want to give everybody the room to express themselves. Men are about defense. Una also attack. Come with solid attack. Because when it comes to rough, I am crazier. My message to people out there, I am not going to respond to any animal. No, my passes are stage, My responsibility now as Kevin Taylor is to serve the people with the truth. Is to come and educate them. What Junior will say, what they attend ye able to me win power. Also far attend ye win power. That's all. I have never stopped anybody from criticizing the NDC government, but what I will not allow is for people to think, say, they own the right to mislead, misinform, disinform. Never. I'm not going to allow it. And if that is the reason why majority of you people don't like me, then you people will kill yourselves. You murder yourselves, because I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. And I want to set this record straight for you people to understand. When Kevin Taylor is quiet about something, it does not mean, say, Kevin Taylor, oh, Osrobi. It is because I feel, say, Mejina Moswache, and let me see if there's something little good in you. So I've given you people the room to exhibit a little bit of their meaning. But still, you people are showing, say, you are not intelligent enough to make the issues Ghana for Dabi. Ebia NDC, I was saying for MPP, but you've not been able to do it. It's almost a year now. It is almost a year. And I'm telling you people, I am putting this there. And they have been very careful in my words and very nice in my words. Nana Yaa Brefo. It is simple. Stop the gaslighting. Stop the insinuation. Because me, I'm crazy. I have plans for them. And the plans, I have my own plans. But I see you as human. And I will advise you. All right. My team drew my attention and said, boss, we need to kill this Jandam. Because some people deliberately do things. Mommy, I'm going to video. It was one animal and two human beings. And the human beings, a year, Nana Yaa Brefo, any Kukufu, any Omni Abuabaku were discussing some Jandam in the system. Now, Mommy, I'm going to see these two humans and one animal. Let's go for it. Let's move with this.
When him say, the no say Bank of Ghana at the new levy aba.
Okay.
If you have no money, me ochina. Now the true me dollar account to me Ghana. Now me could year make we at 3% of that. Are you aware?
3% of Sikan on all foreign remittances.
Exactly.
Wow.
3%. No, we say foreign remittances a dorsal. Into a better gate na no. Obeje. Why no could there? More Ghana for money. Only Ghana for you. And call Bank of Ghana.
I was spending money transfer, and I'm now getting it.
Exactly. One call Parliament and the Ghana for Akokawasem. If you say, "Well, question Bank of Ghana," Anna, acquire Bank of Ghana policy, which of course, in
that case, he doesn't need to go to Parliament.
Maybe in Kiamrebia, but send your woman, yes, say, Oma for a buffalo, no ma bad the Jew or mine. Now, get suspected so many Ghana for a bit in here, no ma can't more much the Ghana for. And there was.
But is that not a very smart policy?
If you are chromophobia, can't it, get your chromophobia to botomibia or to botomi and you know you're smart. Chromophobia, this is the action. The action or you're smart. Foreign remittances, if you are near for 7 years, can you? To see our butchery now money, a brewawo, Mredane and I'm a crewman, $100. Or no, yes, can you? What you say?
Yeah.
But I buy it for you, Saka Crano, every in home.
So this is simple. Makacha Ghana for say, our job is simple. It's to be gatekeepers, to clean the system, to block Jandam. You saw these two people and one animal discussing Mr. Kokofu, Nana Yaa Brefo, and a chain dog discussing Ghana and Sem. And in Kofo it's na Facebook, na omo chatro, na omo edi adada nipa. Papa we Kokofu na oye the head of Ekufu at the time, na on the head EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Mekai pa okobo kronu bi e na meka ho asem kwa me plus na frame because oh me wo for Kokofu afre me say me na won kasa and I'm say no, that man is a thief. He's a criminal. Kwame Plus beka isa asem I told Kwame Plus straightforward that Kokofu yewi the EPA na otono wabokro no I did a scandal on him Kokofu. So these are people who are filthy liars. Now let us address the matter. Or say and Ghana buying under NDC are buying Domahama buying Oma introduce a new levy. Na new levy no ma introduce no aban no ede kokwasa ehye kukuom na omoje 3% every Ghana ni bia obesendi sika akọ Ghana ensem. That is what this man was saying in the presence of almost some journalists. Embrebi sa girl ya chimbo na ya bedi ni to kurum ha wa wosa ponchin. No see why journalism a check. And at the end, journalism is basic research. And as a aponchin a chimbo na ka say hey, and there's anything na abine suspended transfers. This disgusting. Like vaguely, the dada nipa a chatro. All because in their head, say a country kasa obiya kwasia. So we can just lie, destroy people. Because the basic, the fundamentals, the ethics of journalism, these people don't carry it. Omo ye years presenters and a small almost say monkotna radio, so they are empty. These are people I can sit in a room and teach. I'm telling you. Now let's go into the detail. As some more can almost say Bank of Ghana introduced some 3% levy be and the oye transfer echo Ghana as Ghana ni autia bruchia you better 3%. Now abani a cromfo and a goat calling herself say, or a journalist sits there and say, oh, an internet almost suspending money transfer. Like how? How low? How stupid can we be? Now, look at this. This is CBG Tariff Guide 2024. Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Your BB Tariff Guide. And your Tariff Guide, it's about products or features. It entails a lot. It's got to do with the banking activities. Omo charges near the day. Every single transaction be almost yes. And this document is public that anyone can pick and read. Now, my mention in 2024, my meeting can start in free. Senebea, you will understand what I'm talking about. In 2024, City News, a reportee, banks begin charging up to $20 as fees on foreign currency accounts. You see, in 2024, time and NPP were power. Banks in Ghana started charging $20 on omo foreign accounts. Omo receive sika of Ghana. Foreign accounts says sika if you are bruchiri bar. The moment you are sent money from America, Europe, a remittance, a sika if you are manoni eba how it gets to you at the end of the day, a Ghana na year. That is what we call a foreign transaction, Yaa Brefo. So we receive sika through your momoa. It goes through your a system before that sika become on sa. So we receive sika every receive every banker. It still goes through a system before you receive. All the way back in 2024, banks in Ghana were charging up to $20. Now let's go into the story. Some commercial banks have begun reintroducing charges on foreign exchange accounts after they suspend these fees. Now, so we read this story. This is what it says. Some commercial banks have begun introducing charges on foreign exchange accounts after they suspended these fees under regulatory pressure. A few banks have already communicated the decision via text message and email informing clients that the new charges have been effected. These fees will vary based on currency type and account balance, with some charges reaching up to $20. Look at the last paragraph. This is what it says. It says this. City Business News has gathered that some dollar account holders have been charged a $5 fee for balance exceeding $100. This is 2024 when MPP were in power. Now, these reintroduced charges are in addition to the existing 3% charge on withdrawals. I see these reintroduced charges, which was reintroduced in 2024, are in addition to the existing 3% charge on withdrawals. So the $20 now, I'm going to security say $100 in no bank, no, so be send away. There was already an existing charge of 3%. This is when the MPP were in power. This 3% is not new. I'll come to currently what is going on. It is when Jimmy Kra as a journalist, you step back and ask yourself, okay, was there anything like that? Were people being charged any levy when they were receiving monies from Europe, from America, in Ghana? Now, it will be recalled that some commercial banks began processes in July 2024 to close personal foreign currency savings accounts, asking clients with such account to hold their foreign currencies in an e-wallet or current account. Into banks, no crash started catching up clients and they say, you know something, this extra charge of $20 and the $20 will come in depending on the amount of money you are receiving. But the 3% tax na nasa levy down a static. Say, nya dollar, make Kevin Amitia, me send it $300 and not $10,000 to Obi or Ghana. Automatically, so Okoino bank from a foreign account, and I say bank foreign dollar account, 3% charge. Now that's in 2024. Now hold that. Now, so me call bank when I say omunyi sikane mame in dollar. What is going to happen? And they say that 3% charge, it applies. This is 2024. Semeko bank when I say dollar na Kevin Taylor they are sending me no. Monfama in Ghanaian cedis, the 3% does not take effect. So the 3% that existed under NPP, it took effect depending on the person coming, or it activates depending on the person coming to the counter to claim the money. Are you claiming the money in dollars, hard currency, which in Ghana we don't basically eat dollars or spend dollars? You are going to pay the 3% levy. If you say, give me the dollar equivalent in cedis, then it means that 3% levy, you escape it. Now, why did the NPP government do that? Why did the Bank of Ghana such a policy on the Toho? I'll show you. Now, it wasn't only CTFM that reported on this story. Mr. S. I need a second story, Mr. S. I'm sorry. Okay, so you want me to speak, Mr. S, I need the Joy News story because I want to show the two stories before I move on to the document itself. I think I missed one of the publications, the Joy News story, because I won't say we need to try and educate Ghanaians at Toronto Dawson, and these people idea of my yache. And it's not like omunim de omoye, omuni daho, deliberate. And omudi no. But you see, omubetina TV so say and almost say and the Bank of Ghana under Ekufuado. Mr. It's okay. I have the video. It's okay. Under Ekufuado. Yeah, from Joy. I think it was part of the when we're having the meeting. It came up, right? Mr. P. So pull that one for me. Now, omubetina omusho no so no. The no person create impression no person creating in say NDC aban akofa levy biaba na sa levy na NDC aban de aba no omo di wia Ghana fo a yes send omo sika fra brochira omo kwa akoyi sika no. Now they were not even specific about sika no because this 3% levy no, it wasn't hidden, it was something everybody knew. As a businessman or whatever, now we bank say, oh, that's all $1, you have to pay 3%. So, when you don't pay the 3% on that money that you are receiving. So, how do you sit on TV and vaguely say, I buy a Ghana for? Now, the reason why Intia Omoka say, I buy a Ghana for was because of this. Now, let's listen to the governor of Bank of Ghana.
In compliance with guidelines issued by the Bank of Ghana. The charge applies to withdrawals made from foreign currency accounts that were funded through transfers or check deposits. However, accounts topped up with cash deposits are exempt from the new levy. Industry analysts say the move is part of efforts by the central bank to manage foreign exchange liquidity, discourage speculative demand, and promote cash-based deposits. The new policy is expected to affect businesses and individuals who rely heavily on forex transfers and check deposits, particularly importers, exporters, and professionals receiving international remittances. Customers seeking clarification have been encouraged to contact their banks directly for more information.
So this is when the NDC came into office. Now, the 3% has been moved to 5%. The 3% now, a levy at that omukoyi dollar. If you dollar account, someone person will be in the city, sir. 3%, no. The NDC government, when they came to office, they moved it from 3% to 5%. Why? Because the NDC government came in office to tell Ghana for say, we cannot allow the Ghanaian market to be saturated. We don't expect to say, your system, no, you'll be pumping too much dollar in the system. Abra, ye these cities. So it was one of the measures now the governor or the Bank of Ghana was putting in place to make sure, say, the influx of dollar into the system, the raw cash in the system, no, they limit it because the moment you allow too much dollar, no, there's a reason why people want to have physical dollar in the system. The reason is that they want to hoard. Now, when they hoard, they wait for the dollar at the end of the day to appreciate. And then when the dollar appreciates, then they get value for that dollar they are hoarding. Now, the moment they do that, it weakens the city. The moment they do that, Ghana, our reserve struggles. There's a lot of pressure on our reserves. So the Bank of Ghana, in their wisdom, they said they were going to make it tighter. Send a bayer, it will not be people will not be interested in going to the bank to say, me dollar account, $10,000 abegum, give me $10,000 in dollar. No. Now, if you are going to take $10,000, now 5% levy or so. Near catcher said $10,000 in Ghanaian cedi. As a businessman, because you want to make profit, you are not going to take $8,000. You rather take $10,000 in cedi equivalent. Because as we speak, the cedi is strong. And that when you go take cedi equivalent to dollar, at the end of the day, you are rather making our economy stronger. It was part of the measures the Bank of Ghana is putting in place to tighten the system. People will not fill the system with so much dollar because we live in Ghana. Why should we be doing business with cities? We live in Ghana. Why should we be doing business in cities? Now, when you go back a little bit to 2024, Omwangasa Jandam News Network, Joy News, they reported on this matter when the NPP were in power. When the 3% levy was put in place. Now, they are trying to create the impression, say, adifufrobie siebin sida inti Ghana buying a cromfo, and this are buying a cromfo, and this are buying sika, and these are people who call themselves say, omuye intellectuals, omuye journalists. They are not. Now in 2024, this was the reporter, Omwankasa NPP Jandam News Network, Joy News, a report here. NPP were in power then. This is 2024.
Especially on the sectors we're touching on today. We'll be moving to the banking sector shortly, and we'll delve into the cocoa sector to assess the current trend based on information supply by Cocoa Board that there's going to be an increase in the next 2024-2025 cocoa season of about 45% increase in farm gate price. We'll assess it, assess the impact, and also get to you with the various challenges affecting the sector. Now, I'm sure many of you who own foreign accounts saw text messages or probably did not see text message nonetheless, but experienced some amount of $20 being charged on for just owning the account, and also some conversation has come back to life. We're moving straight to the conversation to assess what it means basically for account holders. I'm here with Caleb, and also we'll be joined on Zoom by Kofi Ejay, who will give us up-to-date information on this particular conversation as well. Kofi, it's good to see you.
Good to see you guys, Winston and Caleb.
Great. Now let's move back to the slides and see. As you can see, charges on foreign account currency being $20. Let me get Caleb. What led to this particular directive, basically?
Yeah, so the Bank of Ghana has introduced a new directive, and they are telling, if you can go to the next slide, they are telling banks that they should increase their foreign reserves in cedis, which means that the foreign reserve the banks have, they should convert most of it into cedis and keep that. So now this has increased the operational cost for banks, which means that any foreign currency they have to convert it to cedis. And you know the main problem here is our exchange rate, because when you're converting it back into the foreign currency, you might have a haircut or you might receive some potential losses. So now the banks are trying to mitigate that loss by charging account holders some fees, so that if they are converting the cedis back to their foreign currency, they don't have to hold too much. They don't have to take too much loss. Yeah.
Already, the banks have experienced a lot of turmoil for the past 7 years. Banks have seen banking sector clear up. They've experienced the shortcut. They've experienced. It's as if the focus has always been on the banks, which has been the fulcrum of our financial sector. Kofi Ejay, if you're listening, especially on the sectors we're touching on today, we'll be moving to the banking sector shortly, and we'll delve into the cocoa sector to assess the current...
So it was easy. So $20 na reporting in 2024 no, it was simple. Sene beya mobile sika no in cities no, the banks will not make losses no. You charge you $20 na sa osisa sika no in dollar. Not even the bank basically is shorter. That $20 will come and do that, fill that gap. Inti, this thing they are talking about ain't new. It has been there. The NDC government is rather tightening it more and making sure, say, amount for be and take advantage of the system and make sure, say, our dollar weakens further. It is for these people. Recently, this is what the governor said, and saying this is 2025. CD at 60, You know, say Ghana cedi, since they introduced cedi as our official currency, it is 60 years now. The governor was saying Bank of Ghana targets end to dollarization challenge in Ghana. The Bank of Ghana under a CMA deputy person and say, almost per se the country at a point, every single money spent in Ghana should be cedi. Dollar be a bedroom Ghana biano, it ends up at the federal bank or ends up at the bank. It does not go into the system. And the only way that you can do that is to make sure, say, people when they try to take dollar out, it becomes difficult. And because it's difficult, it becomes painful or it becomes a loss to them. All that they have to do is to force them to be using the cedi to be doing business. Inti kokofunko siadia ojina hoka a minyaba nana Yaa Brefo enkenkan a ontumi nya research a ohyedemu ehwe a odwan we te ho aka nanim odi painter ye nanim te ho no. It is the level of the deliberate misinformation atro jandam. And these people want to win power for MPP. How? Then if you envy me, why do you envy me? My job here is to tell the people the truth. One thing I have told myself, nobody. Into today, when there is a 5% levy, say NDC are buying by 3%, why in a 5%? The NDC government, they are trying to make sure, say, some kwasia dollar na ni pebi edeba system nimu edi suppress cedi no, it's no more going to happen. And into the end more dollar no ewa 10 no. Because there are people in the system omo chance they will call the dollar, they will keep it at home and they will sit on it and make sure say cedi no be suppress no ho, cedi no be bre. Now no ma be $10 na ma edi in Ghana for, and that is what the Bank of Ghana is preventing. Into dena enkofo etumi tena say political shows, so and these are statements they are making.
When him say the no can say Bank of Ghana at the new levy aba.
Okay.
If you are going money me otina. Now the true me dollar account to me Ghana. Now me could year make we at 3% of that. Are you aware?
3% of Sikan on all foreign remittances.
Exactly.
Wow.
3%. No, we say foreign remittances no a dorsal. Do a better gate no. Obeje. Why no could
look at this. Janway, what painted him said, or the galam saying soon a gary. Only confidence crumple in herself. Say oba. We painted him as a galam saying so, or say good chance no near boom no better Facebook say or a journalist. BB way. O man in so on nim Facebook. Na you ni nipa bind your tia, obejane, obeton wudem se kusie. Inferiority complex. They cannot even be themselves as human beings. So oba. Now, if you don't even believe in yourself and how you look, how can you convince somebody to believe in what is in your head? If you are not even bold enough to sit on TV and say, if you don't even have belief in yourself, why do you expect people like in Nansa Former Ghana to believe you? Because you yourself, you don't even believe who you are. And these are the people, confused creatures, despicable diseases. And yeah, Yana say, I'm a friendly pem. And that is the damage they are doing to Ghanaians. Kokofu di ono or pejinia ono or menopause. Kokofu no onye mentally onye stable until me person spend the time on. And anytime I show me near bear and an Yaa Brefo a lot of respect. Because me, I'm daring. I'm very daring. And I respect people. I have a very terrible side. When I try to show it, it does not end good. In this way, steady me kasemwa. Nana Yaa Brefo, I've shown her a lot of respect. And that is what is happening today. Some person mo da dankofo na ye mpene mo na mbubu ofu. Mo tena Facebook, mo twa atro. Kwa me despite don't who the no sika yentra. And I'm kwasiasam and ekoso Facebook. Inti Jandam way is dead. The policy has been in existence for under Ekufuado, MPP Abresone Oho. This government is making more tighter. Ote Ghana odi dollar edeng. then I take Ghana up so $1. O $1 a day. Ghana cedi na ho no dia. Ghana cedi no dia enyesika. Why don't you want to spend Ghana cedis? Why do you need dollar? Me ba America, me who say obi aba America kroma ADCD wahada. Obi obe America be per dollar. So why should you go to Ghana and be looking for dollar in the market? No, it's not supposed to be like that. Kokofu Jimmy was also a general secretary of MPP. Such a despicable old man. Ne toso so. Papa Peginia, Jim Fiew, Obekano Creno. Why on say Tete Pentecost for Emma Pes and a better TV so Eke Kamkwasi asem Adanya, Opese MPP a trofo pathway yate annex. You know, Opese ba power. Now open so when you nyansa. Enya no kure na woka otina environmental protection agency ehwini kro no a oboye na hwini asia tena so eto de skate betina keka nkwasi asem okokan so wedi panyini atam we ni panyini no ene dian. Now let's go to the next jandam. Na me kill the next jandam. And Friday the next jandam is about a year Paul Ademotre 5:40, beautiful time. Ogofu. Now, Jandam second, we are killing this Friday night. Should we move on? Yes, so my team said, member a year, the Bank of Ghana governor, the interviewer, or having or IMF, very short one.
The post-COVID economic crisis plunged Ghana into severe distress, prompting the government to seek support through the IMF's $3 billion extended credit facility. As the program nears completion, Governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, says the worst is over and that Ghana is firmly on the path towards recovery and stability.
I'm happy to say that 8 months down the road, we have turned the corner. Ghana is back. Inflation, we met it at nearly 24%. Currently, it's down to 9.4%. We have seen a strong rebound in growth. We are running ahead of program targets for the year on almost everything. You name it, inflation, reserves build-up, economic growth. We are running ahead. And we are happy to announce that we will be able to exit the fund program come next year.
He recounted how wicked adherence to the Bank of Ghana's independence disrupted its balance sheets and warned that domestic debt restructuring must not happen again.
The kind of experience we have had has been significant. It should never happen again. When I cast my mind back in 2022, it's something we could have avoided. I'm at a loss as to how we allowed that to happen. But going forward, we are trying to build back better. Over the past 8 months, we've had to make changes to the legislation. Legislation to strengthen our independence. For example, when it comes to exposures to government or central bank financing, we are taking all that out.
Looking ahead, Dr. Johnson Isiama says the BOG is well positioned to manage emerging challenges and implement key recommendations to ensure stability beyond the IMF program.
The next thing is to have a central bank that is agile, a central bank that is ready and able to contend with the new challenges that most central banks face. What I want to see is a central bank that is ready and able to adapt.
A tighter monetary policy stance, responsible governance, and adaptive policies remain central to the Bank of Ghana's long-term strategy towards economic recovery. For GH1 News and Star FM, Emmanuel Ejabin, Washington.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, from GH1, all the way from Washington, D.C. A tighter monetary policy. And the Bank of Ghana governor, where is the one on the lighter side? We say, Omobedi vice president, also you could see very presidential. Maybe I'm not saying, I'm just saying it. But you could see the presentation. He's a very, very fit guy. I just say his demeanor is very, very solid. And but hey, you never know. But you can see clearly that policies are being put, things are being done, and things are changing. We can all see the indications and indicators. So right now, obi betena TV so twatro say aban ni wiawo ene ye send sika free abrochira na kwase ampanyi biti ho ene ntina mo stop money transfer no enkwase asem nko a otia omo a ye ntia Oti omo a yentia because omo professional job in America and say ye be bo jantra na ye de nya paper. Eno an omo job omo de ti asase we so. Me mpese me ye dirty. On say massacre wo. Na nsia be 4-5 days me call